Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my name is Safana Tunisa, and today I'm going to be the presenter of this group. So our topic is error analysis and interlanguage, right? So does anyone want to have any question regarding to the topic?
Could you please explain to me what is error analysis?
So error analysis is basically like the mistake or that we did when it comes to speaking a new language that we just learned. A bunch of people in the past say that making a mistake or making an error in a certain language is awful or like it's a horrible thing to do, right? But no, personally for me, I think making a mistake can be able to improve our knowledge in that certain language, so we can be able to speak that certain language or to write that certain language better. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Can you tell me the distinction between mistakes and error?
Mistakes and error. I think for error analysis, actually, I think they're kind of the same, but also not. When it comes to error analysis, people tend to make an error in grammatical rules. I mean, they do follow the rules in general, but the mistake that they did is, for example, I can say, for example, this person say calmed, they added ed instead of came. They know basic rules of that language, but they don't understand past tense. But when it comes to mistake, we can say that when it comes to making a mistake, I can, like for example, I pronunciate a certain word wrong. Like for example, I can say sit as shit, which is a mistake and a fatal thing to do. So do you understand what I'm talking about? Okay, thank you. Does anyone want to? Okay. What about
Explain more about the interlanguage
interlanguage? And give example. So interlanguage is like when you're moving from first language to second language, but you're still like in the middle or in the bridge of first and second language. It's like the 1.5 of language. So like when you're learning a language, you kind of like there's something like stuck in the first language itself. Like I can say like maybe for example, you kind of like accidentally bring your bad habit from your first language to second language. For example, I can say like he go to school yesterday, but it actually means he went to school yesterday. It's because when it comes to Indonesian doesn't really have any basic grammatical rules, like. But for English, English do have grammatical rules, like a systematical rules that we need to be careful to say. We have past tense, future tense, and also like present tense. So that's what interlanguage is. Do you understand? Okay.
Could you elaborate what the stages of the error analysis?
Stages of the error analysis. Stages as in like how to learn the mistakes of, right?
The stages.
Oh, the stages. So first of all, we have like collecting errors. So collecting errors is like basically collecting what kind of like mistakes or error that you did in that certain language. Like for example, maybe we can write something of the errors that we have made, or like this recording, for example. I can record myself speaking a language. So when I rewatch that footage again, I can be able to point out which kind of mistakes that I did. And for the second one, error, I think it's like describing, right? Describing. So the difference between describing and explaining error analysis, describing is like describing the basic of error. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Safadila Tunisa, and today I'm going to be the presenter of you guys' group. And today we're going to talk about error analysis and interlanguage. So does anyone have any question about the topic for today? Yes.
Well, what are the prime example of the use of interlanguage in academic setting?
Interlanguage in academic settings. Okay, so based on my understanding, based on my opinion, so when it comes to like interlanguage in academic settings, interlanguage is like the middle of first language and like second language, right? So a bunch of people tend to mix up first language and second language. So basically, when it comes to academic settings, for example, I can write something in English or like typing something in English, but I accidentally made a grammar mistake. Like for example, I wrote he go to school, but the actual correct way is he went. No, he goes to school. The reasons why this happened because Indonesian language itself doesn't have any grammatical rules. We only have simple rules. We don't have any past tense, future tense, present tense. But when it comes to English, we do have grammatical rules. We have a certain rules that we have to make. So in academic settings, we tend to accidentally write some things that are kind of like the same way as in Indonesian way. Okay. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Can you?
I want to ask you about why did Porter say like error is not a bad habit?
Okay, I see. Okay, so this is based on my opinion. Okay, I do agree with what Kurun says. Like it's all about habit because like making a mistake when you're speaking or writing language is not a fatal thing to do. It's because you can be able to understand or to learn more on why you're making a mistake in a certain language. That's why in error analysis there's like a 5 stage, right? A 5 stage, like there's collecting errors. There's also like explaining, describing, etc. etc. To follow all of the steps, you can be able to improve your language from being standard English language to intermediate, so you can be able to like use English in more professional way. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
What is your opinion regarding those accent impact interlanguage or error analysis?
Accents as in our way of talking.
Over like accent.
So in error analysis, when it comes to accents, I don't think accent is like an error language to have actually. I think it's more focused on like grammatical rules. As long as people understand what we're talking about regarding to our grammar instead of our speaking or pronunciation, I think it's like not a bad thing to have for error analysis. But for interlanguage, it does feel a little bit difficult because like people tend to mix up things, especially when it comes to accents. Like accents can make you not understand what the other person is talking about. Like for example,
Don't tell me what to do.
yes, like in Indian accents, right? Like a bunch of like Indians tend to have like a really good English speaking, but the fatal thing is that their accent is like difficult thing to understand. So that's the difference between like error analysis and interlanguage. So I hope you understand what I mean, please.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks. It's only 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's only for
Okay, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm going to be the one who's going to present in this group. So basically, we're going to talk about error analysis and also interlanguage. So does anyone want to have any questions regarding to that topic?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay.
Who want to go first?
I'll go first. So I want to ask about what do you think? Is it matter fossilization in interlanguage?
Huh? What?
Fossilization.
Oh, fossilization.
Fossilization in interlanguage.
In interlanguage, I think it does matter because like fossilization is like when we're stuck in a certain level, right? When it comes to learning language, it matters actually because like you have been stuck in that certain level, so you have to know how to get out from that struggle itself. I'm actually currently struggling with fossilization, so I cannot be able to answer that question fully because I'm also still trying to escape that fossilization state itself. But it does matter because if you get out from that, you can be able to improve to the next level of learning a language. So thank you.
That's good.
Talking about fossilization, I actually don't really understand
Association. So can you like elaborate more?
Okay. Do you want me to provide an example? Okay. So from what my understanding, facilitation is like when you're learning a language, like you're improving, but when you improve, you basically kind of stuck in a certain level. Like for me, I'm still stuck at the standard English level, not professional settings level. So for example, right here, I can be able to say like maybe like a standard language, like maybe like defendant or like prodigious, etc. But there are certain words that I cannot be able to understand even until now, and it keeps like it made me like keep forgetting what that word means actually in English. So due to that, I can be able to improve my language because of that. And to get out from that, I have no idea how. So, thank you. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Do you think that accent that influence our second language, like Indian people speak in English, so that is in interlanguage or not?
Interlanguage or not, when it comes to accents, right? Especially in Indian speaking. I think it does count because, like, when it comes to accents, especially the language from our country, for example, Indonesian or Indian, it kind of like counts like the middle of like the stage of moving from first language to second language. We accidentally brought our habits from our old language to second language by our accents. So it does evolving to interlanguage. Interlanguage is like when you're moving from first language to second language, right? So you accidentally brought your old habits to your new language. Like I think I also struggle with that accent itself because like for me, my English accent is like kind of sounds like Indonesian accents a little bit. So I kind of like accidentally brought my old habits to the second language for English that I'm speaking at the moment right now. And also like for example, I can say like it can also count as grammar, as grammatical way. Like someone can say he go to school yesterday, but it actually means as he went to school yesterday. The reasons why it's because like when it comes to Indonesian or India, I don't know about India actually because I don't understand India language. But when it comes to Indonesia, Indonesia doesn't have any grammatical rules. We don't have any present tense. We don't have any future tense. We don't have any like past tense. But when it comes to English, English does have one. English does have systematical rules. That's the answer that I can. Okay, it's already been 4 minutes. You can work the timer.
Okay, so my
Oh, wait, I forgot what happened. I'm sorry, I forgot what happened.
So yeah, in error analysis, there's an error often known.
Hello guys, my name is Teresa, and today I'm going to be you guys' presenter in this group, and the topic is error analysis and interlanguage. So does anyone want to have any question regarding to the topic?
Can you explain what is interlanguage based your understanding?
Okay, so for me, interlanguage itself is like when you're moving from your first language to second language. It's like when you're bringing your old habit to the second language. It's like the 1.5 of like, like language. So like for example, I might accidentally brought some accents from Indonesia to English, or I can also bring like maybe like okay, for example, I say something like he go to school yesterday, but it actually means no. The actual correct grammar is he went to school yesterday. There's actually like a reasonable explanation on why this happens because in Indonesia, Indonesia doesn't have any grammatical rules. We have present tense. No, Indonesia doesn't have any present tense, future tense, or present tense. But when it comes to English, English has its own grammatical rules. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, thank you. What about you? Does anyone?
Right. What kind of connection between interlanguage that error analysis have?
So when it comes to interlanguage, like I said earlier, it's like basically accidentally bringing our old habit from first language to second language. So we going to make a bunch of mistakes, like the example that I provide to UK from earlier, right? So that actually counts as error language because error analysis. Because error analysis, it's like. It's not a mistake of saying pronunciation wrong. It's more of like the our grammatical rules, that is wrong. I can maybe provide other example. He go to school every day, but it actually means he goes to school every day. That person who say that word do understand the systematical rules, but they don't understand what past tense is. So that's the correlation between interlanguage and error analysis.
Can you explain about the difference between errors and the mistakes?
The mistakes. So when it comes to errors, like I said earlier, it's more of like the grammatical mistakes. But when it comes to mistakes itself, it's like when we pronunciate something, pronunciate a word like wrong, or we accidentally say something wrong. Like for example, maybe I can say, take a seat, but accidentally say take a shit. That's a mistake, not an error. For an error, it's more of like we accidentally made a a grammatical error. To actually, I think like I experienced a bunch of error analysis, especially when it comes to grammar. Grammar is like my most weakness when it comes to learning a language. Like for example, especially when it comes to stuttering also counts as mistake, but not error analysis. So when it comes to like error analysis, like for example, my most weakness is obviously like writings, and to basically improve myself from keep making errors, I usually record myself or like writing things, the things that I made a mistake with. That's very collectible, like collecting errors and also describing and explaining exists, because like if we understand those 5 stages, we can be able to improve our error analysis. Okay, does anyone have any questions? Because I think we have. I don't know.
It's very, very good.
Okay, so hello guys, my name is Rosavala Tunisa, and today I'm going to be the presenter of you guys group. The topic is error analysis and interlanguage. So does anyone want to have any questions regarding to it? Okay.
Do you know the 3 types of error?
Error analysis. 3 types, right? Not 5.
Error analysis.
Not 5, right?
What, sorry?
Not 5, right? But 3.
Not 3.
Okay. So there are, if I remember correctly, there are collecting errors and also describing and also explaining. Do you want me to?
The types of error.
The types of errors.
Yeah. There's 3 types of error.
Oh my god, I forgot. I have to apologize, but I forgot about that part. I'm sorry. Can you maybe move to other questions, please?
This.
No. Do you have any questions?
Just give
Okay.
the other 2.
Do you have any questions?
Please explain about the interlanguage and the example.
Interlanguage and examples. So for interlanguage means that when you're moving from your first language to second language. So basically it's like when you accidentally brought your old habit to the language that you're trying to learn. Like for example, maybe I can explain this. So for example, I can say he go to school every day, but actually means he goes to school every day. I mean, like what I said is definitely correct, but technically wrong as well, because I don't understand what past tense or future tense or present tense means, and I accidentally brought my old habit, which is Indonesia language, because Indonesia language does not have any grammatical rules such as present tense, future tense, etc., etc. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. Does anyone have any questions?
You said that you know the 5 steps how
Okay.
to use the error analysis.
Okay, so basically, the first one is collecting errors. So collecting errors is basically when you're collecting your errors by recording yourself or basically writing the things that you mistakenly say when you're speaking or writing. That's my understanding. But when it comes to describing and explaining error, describing is like basically describing the basic of what the errors that you're making in a language. But for explaining means that you're basically like doing the entire understanding the entire thing on why you're making a mistake in that language. And for the other 2, I kind of forgot, so I would like to apologize for that. Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, thank you.
What's the question?
Explaining the five stages of 5 steps.
You explain the
the difference between error and mistake?
Error and mistake. So when it comes to error, error analysis is basically when you're making a grammar mistake, grammar error. But when it comes to mistakes, you're basically kind of like making a pronunciation mistakes. Or like stuttering and etc. For error, I can basically say like comped as in came. I added ed because I thought past tense means that you have to add ed in each of in each of the words that you want to say. But no, you have to understand past tense first or like future tense. That's what error means. But for mistake, I can basically say like bitch instead of bitch. It's more of like pronunciation type of thing or like stuttering type of things. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay.
So do you already know the three types of error? Okay, how about the example of interlanguage?
The example after language, I think I provide like one example to her, but I can maybe bring another one. Like for example, we can maybe bring the example of accents. Accents, like for example, when I speak, okay,